he get replaced. I telling you, I ain't guessing. What I do, I cut with. He feel he get replaced. He had you all these dollars next month. Come this why the contention. Yeah. And this is why we gotta fix that. Yeah. So they could coexist together. Yeah. That it ain't gotta be either or. That you could be able to love and appreciate the two of them. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Alex, I like, tell me I like. Exactly. Yeah. So this is a fixable situation. And we fix this, then the relationship, your relationship, can flourish right now. You're walking on like needles. You gotta be trying to always be peacemaker. You ain't tired of that. Honestly, you ain't tired of that.
Every day.
Exactly.
Alex this.
Right. So let's fix it. All right? Yeah. So we're gonna fix that.
Yeah, we gotta fix it.
Okay? We're gonna fix that. Okay? See, as you get older in life, you will realize, like the older you get, you realize that you get special needs. You can't provide that for her. You see what I'm saying? So, you want her to be happy. That's all. You want her to be at peace. That's all. We can help that happen. So when we do come together with your stepfather, I want you to have an open mind that you ain't just doing this for you. You're doing, if you love your mommy, you're trying to wait this out for her as well. You understand that? Yes, sir. All right? Yes, sir. All right.
All right. Well, I'll give mommy, let her know you love her, Alex.
What the hell that is? That's like you was hugging them little sneaky link there.
Some movies, you're into like, you saw them, I made a promise to myself that I ain't gonna be on no more. Started to respect me more. Just start listening.
The whole experience, it was hard. It was really hard.
I tell my Jesus I'm gonna be with my son.
From being here, I could clear my head. I could just sit down and just clear my head, and I had to worry about nothing. So we just clear my head, and I do nothing. I just had to do all my stuff and just everything was on my mind. I feel back normal now.
For me, shock treatment was beneficial. It showed you the bad side of life and it showed you the good side of life, that if you don't change, what can happen? Either you end up in the grave or you end up in jail. There's only one or two outcomes from being a bad person or being someone who's not, I would say, productive in society. And then it shows you as to be a productive citizen in society that what you can be and what can come out of your life, that success is imminent. Words of wisdom I would give to the new shockies is, take it one day at a time. Rome wasn't built in one day, but every day try to remember something that you learn in shock treatment and basically hold the faith. All right? It's going to be hard. People watching it, they're going to clown. They're going to try and make fun of you, but remember that it's you at the end of the day, that if you don't change, you're going to be in the grave by yourself, or you're going to be in jail by yourself. Not your friends, not your neighbors, not the people you hang around with. As they can see here, they were here by themselves and not the people they normally hang around. So I would urge them to try and change.
It ain't real, tell it real. It ain't real, tell it real. It ain't real.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
The Wynn Building in the downtown area, now the official home of various government agencies. And Tourism Investment and Aviation Minister giving an update on Grand Bahama and Bimini airports. But first, the Prime Minister says an announcement regarding the Grand Lucayan Hotel is soon to come. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition. Stay tuned.
Grand Bahamians are eagerly awaiting news regarding the sale of the Grand Lucayan Resort. Good evening all, I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thank you so much for tuning in. The nation's leader is giving some insight into when an announcement can be expected. The resort is a sprawling all-inclusive facility boasting 740 rooms across more than 90,000 square feet, long recognized as a cornerstone of tourism on Grand Bahama. Well, during recent budget deliberations, the Prime Minister hinted at an impending sale of the resort, but refrained from specifying a timeline. Tonight, however, the nation's leader signals that a formal announcement could come sooner than expected.
Stay tuned within, I'll say, 3 weeks.
Well, the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation giving an update on the progress of the airports on both Grand Bahama and Bimini. Shalia Roll has the details of that report.
The Minister of Tourism, Investment and Aviation, the Honorable I. Chester Cooper, says that the airport is in the beginning stages of being repaired and notes that demolition will be underway soon.
Could see a demolition of the actual structure over the course of the next week or two, I'm advised, and thereafter we should see fairly quickly the vertical construction. We're making steady progress in relation to the airport infrastructure all across the Bahamas.
According to the Aviation Minister, the completion of Grand Bahama International Airport is expected to bring a major economic boost to the island, as airlift is the fastest growing transportation in the country.
An essential service, and I think over the course of time it will demonstrate its usefulness in terms of bringing additional traffic to the island of Grand Bahama. One of the things that already pleases me about the overall economy of Grand Bahama is that airlift is the fastest growing in the country already.
Now, in May of this year, the Bimini International Airport was handed over to a private development company. That airport is expected to have an $80 million revamp by 2025. Minister Cooper gives an update on the progress of that airport.
Bimini is progressing. We've started some civil works at the Bimini Airport.
The development for both airports are key drivers for economic growth and development for the islands. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shalia Rule.
Well, today the relaunch of the Lewathon South Riding Point Terminal, formerly known as Equinor Statoil, was celebrated as the facility nears completion. Prime Minister, Deputy Prime Minister, and government officials, along with stakeholders, gathered for the occasion, expressing enthusiasm for the future of the Maritime Hub.
A special ceremony taking place today for the relaunch of the Lewathon South Riding Point Terminal. Now, officials say that the terminal is expected to bring $72 million worth of investments while also creating 80 jobs once fully operational. Cementing the magnitude of the moment was Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis, who says this project will continue to drive maritime energy forward.
It's a big day, not just for the Lewathon South Riding Point Terminal on the island of Grand Bahama, but also for maritime energy and transatlantic shipping.
The Prime Minister expressing that Grand Bahama is an ideal location for the major investment and says the island continues to help shape the economic and social character of the nation.
Grand Bahama is the only island that can support projects such as this one on a grand scale. While Grand Bahama may not have as much landmass as our largest island, Andros, it certainly has a strong presence in shaping the social and economic character of our nation.
Deputy Prime Minister and the Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, the Honorable I. Chester Cooper, echoing those sentiments. While Grand Bahama has been viewed as the industrial capital of the country, the Aviation Minister says the government is grateful that Lewathon will continue to bolster that claim, and this relaunch represents the bright future of the island.
This investment, therefore, is a renewal, more than just a relaunch, but a renaissance of the future of the diversity of Grand Bahama.
In his address, Edmund Rowland of Lewathon underscored the importance of partnership between they, the government, and other stakeholders, which has allowed them to make this the 4th largest transit terminal in the region.
We have Tampa Tank and Precision Build who are here today, our world-class builders who are helping us relaunch this large project. And then finally, but not least, we have the UK with an investor who saw the opportunity and took it.
While much has been made about the wider scope of the investment, the Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Ginger Moxey, views this as a major home run for the East Grand Bahama community, while the Member of Parliament for East Grand Bahama, Kwesi Thompson, agrees.
The company's bold vision to position this terminal as a major transshipment, storage, blending, and export hub for maritime energy signifies a new chapter in the ongoing revitalization of our island's economy and the rebuilding of East Grand Bahama.
The community of East Grand Bahama, and I welcome any good corporate citizen who not only focuses on enhancing profits, but also enhancing the lives of the people who make up the community.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shane Stubbs.
Meanwhile, a special handing over ceremony happening today in the heart of downtown. Milo B. Butler and Sons Investment Company officially handing over the keys for the Wynn building to government officials. The Ministry of Labor and Public Service, alongside the Parliamentary Registrar, will now occupy the newly designated office space. Jolanda Thompson-Everest was there and filed the details in this report.
The Ministry of Labor and Public Service has officially moved to its new downtown location. The 12,000 square foot office space houses both the ministry and parliamentary registrar. Just a few months ago, this particular space was just an empty shell of bricks, but it has now been transformed into a hub for various government services. The state-of-the-art facility, which is also digital-friendly, includes office spaces, a training and development area, cashier stations, a kitchen, and a few more amenities. The Minister of Labor and Public Service, the Honorable Pia Glover Roll, expressing how pleased she is with the completion of a 19th-month project. Minister Glover Roll deems the new workplace a model for all public service offices across the country.
Administration is committed, and I hope that the proof of that is in our work, to the economic development of Grand Bahama for the benefit of Grand Bahamians. That includes our very highly valued public servants.
The minister furthers that they have been hard at work addressing major issues that has plagued the public service for decades.
As we are focused on these achievements, we never lost sight of improving our conditions for public servants. They go hand in hand. Decent working conditions equate to a more efficient and effective workforce.
The Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Ginger Moxey, stating that the convenient location stood out the most as it provides an ease of access for the public. Chairman of Milo B. Butler and Sons Investment Company, Damian Butler, says that the renovations comprise of 100% Bahamian employees.
Moving into this modern, state-of-the-art facility in the heart of the town center not only brings essential services closer to the people, but also injects a vibrant energy into downtown Freeport through the increased foot traffic to and from these offices.
When designing the space, we focused on incorporating sustainable features, including hurricane impact windows and doors, advanced security systems, and modern technology to better equip workers in the space.
The minister extends that training will be paramount in the way they build public service of the future, and that the office space will also be used for internal and external training opportunities. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Jolanda Thompson-Everest.
Switching gears now, Gladys Hamilton, mother of Destiny Hamilton, who police say died by suicide in Guanakee, Abaco on May 9th this year, has requested the reopening of her daughter's case. Speaking with our ZNS News team, Gladys Hamilton expressed her plea for further investigation into the circumstances surrounding Destiny's death. While the Minister of National Security, the Honorable Wayne Monroe, is responding to that request tonight.
Anytime there is a sudden death unaccounted for, there can be a coroner's inquest. The coroner's inquest would look into all of the facts and a determination would be made. We may not like what the determination is unless we have something that we say wasn't drawn to the attention of the authorities you should draw everything to the attention of authorities right out the gate so that it can be considered. But when all of the material has been acquired, analyzed, considered, and a conclusion is drawn, then that is how the system works.
In other news, good news emerging from the Berry Islands as the economy thrives. Leonardo Lightburn, Member of Parliament for the Berry Islands and North Andros, announcing that the area, including its surrounding keys, is attracting tourists from across the globe, boosting the country's tourism sector.
The Great Harbour Key, that community is booming. It has been giving to the Bahamas government, this country, for many years with those keys surrounding Great Storm Key, Coco Key. There's cruise ships coming, so that's a very, the island there is very engaged in tourism, and therefore that market is very economic, very booming. Residents are employed.
In addition to bringing tourists to the island by cruise ships, officials say plans are also underway to improve the infrastructure of that island.
In regards to, we have a road project going on in the Great Harbour Key. The residents wait eagerly to see that complete. We have some docking issues that need to be complete, and I understand in this budget, the Great Harbour Key dock will be repaired.
The Rotary Club of Grand Bahama installing a new president. We'll have that story, sports, and more when the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, continues.
It has the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of. Now it's here. Commonwealth Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly approval. It's a service that just comes naturally to us, just like how love of tradition comes naturally to you. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Come on down and see what Dolly Madison has in store for you. Renovate and rejuvenate at Dolly Madison.
Unwind every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from 5 to 7 p.m. at the Prop Club at the Grand Lucine Hotel. Enjoy tasty food specials on draft beers and house specialty pizzas. The Prop Club, the best place to meet friends and enjoy happy hour.
St. John's Native Baptist Church invites you to their Golden Jubilee Church anniversary on Sunday, June 30th. Celebrate under the theme, The Gateway to Heaven. Don't miss special speakers and events at St. John's Native Baptist Church.
What are we gonna do? We forgot your daddy's birthday. He's in Eleuthera and we're all the way in Nassau. You got it? Okay. Yes, you're right. Eleuthera for tomorrow? No problem.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. The Rotary Club of Grand Bahama will be installing a new president into the fold by hosting a gospel concert. Incoming President-elect Roosevelt Roll Jr. says rather than a sit-down formal affair, the organization looks to bring a unique idea to the people of Grand Bahama.
All the clubs on island have installations where they install their president, and they usually do a sit-down dinner, but we came together this time and say, let's do something different. Let's inspire, let's uplift, and that was basically the goal behind it.
Former president and founding member of the club, Christine van der Linde, says all ticket sales from the concert will be going to a good cause and hopes to inspire those on the island to come out and support the event.
We are going to have a fund to help parents that have critically ill babies that have to be airlifted and are in a situation where they can't get tickets to fly or, main place to stay, and they need some funds. We're going to come in and assist them. Whatever's in our kitty, we will assist them with it.
Now, the concert will be held at the Regency Theater on Saturday, June 29th, and tickets are on sale for $120. Well, 1 month into the 2024 Atlantic hurricane season, 2 of our national parks on Grand Bahama have yet to fully recover from the devastation of Hurricane Dorian. However, officials are hopeful they can soon restore the parks to their pre-Dorian state. Matthew Martinborough has more in this report.
Whilst many organizations on the island are preparing for this year's hurricane season, our nature preservations are still recovering from the devastating effects of Hurricane Dorian. Bahamas National Trust Director of Parks, Ellsworth Whale, shares the Rand Nature Center sustaining over several feet of water, affecting animals' lives as well as defacing wildlife habitats.
During Hurricane Dorian, we got flooded out here at the Rand Nature Center as well. We had up to 3 feet of water in some places, and we had to basically strip the entire Welcome Center, replace all of the sheetrock. We lost some animals that were here. And then there's a watchable wildlife pond in the back that actually overflowed.
As for the Lucaine National Park, he says the residing Gold Rock Beach feels the hardest repercussions.
And when I say we lost it, what was formerly one of the tallest sand dunes on the island after Dorian was a 10-foot deep lagoon.
With recovery efforts still much needed, Ware adds that the Bahamas National Trust are open to any helping hands.
If someone was interested, individual or a group, they can come by the Rand Nature Center and just make us aware of that, and we can schedule a volunteer project, whether it's here at the Rand Nature Center or at Lucaine National Park. Over the past few years, we've still been trying to restore both sites, and we've gotten some help in that regard, and we're happy for that.
The Bahamas National Trust encourages everyone who are able to volunteer at least an hour or 2 on a given day, which may assist to bring our national parks back to their former glory. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Matthew Martinborough.
Thanks, Matthew. And that's a look at stories making news. Jay, what's coming up in...
Well, Ramigo, coming up in sports, junior national tennis player Rachel Thompson is headed to college on a tennis scholarship. Don't go away. Sports is next, right after this break.
The Forever Flower Shop. Check out our new selection of artificial flowers and wreaths. Choose stems for your own projects or get a pre-made arrangement as a quick fix to a dull space. If you're a soon-to-be bride, inquire about bulk ordering for floral options that won't break the bank. It's all here at Island Bedding and Furniture, located at number 5 Queens Highway across from Caribbean Veterinary.
Sometimes you want pizza vibe without the whole dang pie. Now, there's a new way to get the bold flavors of pizza whenever and wherever you want. You just got to try Pizza Hut's new melt in buffalo chicken, meat lovers, pepperoni lovers, and chicken bacon wrap for just $6.99 with that. Pizza Hut's new melts are cheesy, crispy, and loaded. Call us at 352-9191 to satisfy your pizza vibe cravings.
Tired of the endless bank fees and long lines? The Grand Bahama Cooperative Credit Union is the solution to making your money work for you by providing you with free financial counseling, higher interest on savings plans, and lower interest rates on loans. Savings products such as Christmas and vacation clubs, fixed deposits, and annuity savings allow our members to prepare for today and tomorrow without all of the hassle. With GBCCU 352-4139.
It's your time to taste the grand life at the new newly restored Prop Club Beach Bar and Grill at Grand Lucayan, Grand Bahama's premium sports bar, hangout, and entertainment hub. Available for special events. Stop in 7 days a week and join the successful business professionals, sports fanatics, foodies, and friends at the most pristine stretch of beachfront in Freeport. The ultimate party spot. Prop Club Beach Bar and Grill. Now open 7 days a week. Sunday to Thursday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Fridays and Saturdays, 10 a.m. to midnight. Special guest artists from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. There's also Karaoke Friday and Friday and Saturday happy hour. Drinks and food specials at Prop Club Beach Bar and Grill. Located at Grand Lucayan. Call us today to book your parties, weddings, and special events. At Prop Club Beach Bar and Grill. Prop Club Beach Bar and Grill.
Here are some tips for having your home ready for a hurricane. Keep all trees and shrubs trimmed. Bring in all outdoor furniture, plants, or any other items that may become airborne due to high winds. Cover windows and doors with hurricane shutters or pre-cut plywood. Clear drains and gutters. And remember to secure important documentation in case you have to evacuate. Don't be caught off guard this hurricane season. Be prepared.
Good evening, ladies and gents. I'm Jay Philippe, and welcome to sports. Well, first in sports, 16-year-old Rachel Thompson is headed to Columbia College in South Carolina on a tennis scholarship. The 16-year-old says she's excited about the new opportunity.
I wanted to go to Columbia because I have family in South Carolina, and I always said that when I did my undergrad, I never wanted to go to a huge school. I wanted to feel homey, I wanted to be small, and I wanted to be somewhere that I know I would be safe. I just feel like I have to be focused. I think that's all that I need to be. That's all that needs to be straightforward. I just have to be focused my first year, and I feel like everything will go smoothly.
Since signing her letter of intent, Rachel has been on the court perfecting her game going into her freshman year.
For the past few months, I've been trying to focus more on agility than anything because my game is good, my strokes are good, my serves are good. I always just wanted to focus more on agility, being bigger than other people. I wasn't always lighter on my feet as they were. So I just wanted to focus more on that the past couple months going into school.
Rach, we call her Boss Lady because she is a lady, young girl. She came here when she was about 6 years old. And, you know, everybody felt like, oh, she wasn't going to go nowhere or whatever. But let me tell you, she's like an underdog.
Next in sports, Team Bahamas is scheduled to take on Team Jamaica this Saturday at 4 p.m. at the Rugby America's North Men's Championship Cup. The game will be played at the Freeport Rugby Club.
There's 3 teams in our pool, which are Jamaica, Bermuda, and the Bahamas. 12 teams in total throughout the Caribbean. And the winner of each pool moves on to the next stage. But for Freeport and Grand Bahama, it's a huge opportunity to host an international game, which we haven't done for 20, 25 years.
We had a tough go against Bermuda a month ago, and we're hoping to bounce back here against Jamaica. Again, we want all Grand Bahamians, all Bahamians to come out and support the team. All the Jamaicans that are on the island support the team. We're looking forward to a really good game. We have a good mix of veterans and youth on the team, so it's going to be a really exciting game.
Ladies and gents, that is your quick check on sports. I'm Jay Philippe. As always, be blessed.
Thanks, Jay. It's now time for a check on your local weather forecast, sponsored by Royal Star Assurance.
Tonight's weather forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
'Cause it's so beautiful.
Stay tuned to our Facebook Graduate of the Night when we come back.
Throughout
history, from bartering in ancient markets to the invention of paper currency, convenience has been at the heart of the way we pay. As time marched on, so have we, from barter to cash and cash to digital. Whether you pay with an online bank transfer, digital wallet, or contactless card, with digital payments, options abound. The world never stops evolving, and neither should you. Choose freedom, choose flexibility, choose convenience. The future of pay is digital. Visit us online at livedigitalbahamas.com and on social media.
Here at Dish Delish, we offer a variety of cuisines, like stuff from St. Martin, Guyana, Trinidad, and Suriname. So if you're looking to eat something from Trinidad, you've never been to Trinidad, but you want to taste that flavor, you got to check us out for doubles. So doubles is basically 2 flat bread with chana, cucumber, tamarind, all the sauces and flavors together. We can take you to Guyana and you can taste the flavors of Guyana, which is pepper pot. Pepper pot now is a meat stew. You eat this with bread and you are good to go. We could take you to Suriname. You know where Suriname is? Down in South America. And in Suriname, they have a stir-fried noodles that's called bami, and we serve it with chicken breast, grilled chicken breast. It comes with pickled cucumbers and a peanut sauce. We are located at number 4B in the Raven Mall. Our telephone number is 827-3392, or you can catch us on social media on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook at Dish Delish 242.
Hey there, welcome back to Health Bites. If you're over 50 and you're trying to live to 100 plus, you need these 4 supplements. Beet powder is great for energy and endurance, great for blood flow, and it's even great for your immune system. Turmeric is great to help reduce joint pain, it helps improve brain health, and it also helps to reduce inflammation. Omega-3s also help with brain health, heart health, and they can even help to improve your cholesterol. Flaxseed oil helps to boost immunity, helps to lower blood pressure, blood sugar, and it helps with overall health and wellness. If you're interested in any of the products in this video, or you just want some more information, stop by your nearest Fitness Connection location or shop online at shopfitnessconnection.com.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Felicia Rowe from Jackiewood High School, you are our Facebook graduate of the night. We wish you all the best on your new journey. And that concludes the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. On behalf of the entire ZNS News team here in the North, I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to stay tuned. The Bahamas Tonight continues.
Coming up in the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, irregularities prompt customs officials to launch full-scale investigation. The Bahamas responds to changes in global standards as it seeks to maintain its reputation as a compliant, transparent, and competitive financial jurisdiction. Plus, the police force gets outside assistance as the search for a missing Chicago woman intensifies. And in sports, track nationals continue. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report starts now.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Makushla Pinder, and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Thanks for joining us. The Comptroller of Customs is tonight seeking to clear the air on claims of SIRS abuse. This all stemming from former Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis' recent call for an investigation in the face of luxury cars being imported duty-free under the Special Economic Recovery Zone. Well, as Jiminita Swain tells us, Customs has in fact already launched a full-scale investigation into the matter as irregularities arose. Good evening, Makushla, and good evening, Bahamas. Former Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis may have called for the investigation, but Customs Controller Ralph Munro says in recent months, a team of customs officers have been probing and have actually uncovered what they suspect to be fraud in the case of people who have vehicles using copies of approved service orders. The documents in many cases, he said, were issued to victims of Hurricane Dorian in Grand Bahama and Abaco.
And to date, we've been able to seize 30 high-end vehicles in New Providence and 2 of the other islands. While the investigation is ongoing, one is an ongoing one, which we have discovered in several cases, is that persons engage to purchase vehicle on behalf of others have paid the required import revenue to the agent for the customs clearance of the vehicles. However, the agent submitted on their behalf fraudulent surge orders with their customs declaration and were able, at first instance, to clear the vehicle under concession.
Monroe noted that a number of vehicles would have arrived after the service order expired. The customs had reasons that those impacted would have lost everything in Hurricane Dorian, and a vehicle may have fallen later on the list of items to be replaced.
As of the date, we have collected an additional duty of $435,889.07 on the seized vehicles and have in our custody 4 of the 30 seized vehicles, which together has an outstanding balance of $200,000.02. While there were persons who sought to circumvent the payment of revenue by illegitimate means, we ought not to allow that to overshadow the fact that by far the vast majority of persons who imported vehicles under the surge order were in full compliance with the import requirement.
Monroe says the department is satisfied, though, that in most instances the owners had no knowledge that their vehicles were imported under concessions for the reason that they possessed proof of payment, which included revenue. He added that those impacted will likely pursue legal action.
Where it was established that there was no culpability on the part of the owners, the outstanding revenue was collected on the vehicle and they were subsequently released.
Now, once the investigation is complete, it's expected that those files will be turned over to the police, where those involved could face fraud charges. Reporting live in studio for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Jiminita Swain. Back to you, Makushla. Well, thanks, Jimmy. In other news this evening, the Bahamas, one of 6 jurisdictions worldwide considered compliant with Financial Action Task Force's 40 recommendations. And legislators are determined to have it remain that way as the clock ticks to pass another crucial financial bill. For more on the story, we turn now to our Fern Carey.
The government taking steps to ensure that the country's financial services sector maintains its compliance with international standards. In this vein, parliamentarians debated amendments to a bill to amend the Automatic Exchange of Financial Information Act in the House of Assembly Thursday. Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, the Honorable Philip Davis, opened debate on the bill. He explained that the changes are necessary because come 2025, the Bahamas will undergo a second round of reviews by the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, and the Bahamas must meet this requirement by that international body.
For the Bahamas to be considered for the reassessment of its legal framework, the legislative amendments have to be addressed, enacted, and enforced by the end of this month.
The legislation also ensures that the Bahamas has a stricter regulatory framework in place to monitor financial institutions.
The Bahamas has to demonstrate to its peers that it has an effective regime in place to monitor financial institutions with respect to their compliance with the Common Reporting Standards, Automatic Exchange of Financial Account Information, CRS AEOI. The Bahamas has to have provisions in the Act or regulations that meet the requirements of the AEOI standard. The Bahamas executive entities, these, as I mentioned earlier, have been removed from its list of categories of jurisdiction-specific list of excluded entities.
Prime Minister Davis noted that despite the legal upgrades, the Bahamas' financial services sector is still considered to be well regulated and in line with global standards.
We are still recognized as a well-regulated, competitive, globally financial services center. And we will do all that is necessary to maintain our good standing as a compliant, transparent, and competitive global leader for financial services and investments.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Fern Carey.
Well, no objection from the opposition to the proposed changes to the Automatic Exchange of Financial Information Act. Here's Free National Movement leader, the Honorable Michael Pintard's rationale for supporting the bill.
We stand in solidarity with any government that is doing at least two things. One is to make sure that as a jurisdiction, we are compliant with the international regulations, that when we are out of step with the vast majority of them at any point, it could, again, damage our financial services sector. But as has been indicated yesterday and again this morning, the Bahamas is one of those countries that is in that rare category of being compliant with the vast majority of the international regulations that govern financial jurisdictions.
The government, meantime, looking to make it a bit easier for students interested in a career in the maritime sector to fulfill their dream. Taking the lead on debate on the Maritime Education Bill in the House of Assembly Thursday morning was Education Minister, the Honorable Glenys Hannah Martin, who touted the legislation as one allowing young people to fully capitalize on opportunities in the maritime sector.
This legislation seeks to provide by Clause 4 that the Minister of Education will enter into a partnership agreement with the LJM Institute, referred to in the bill as the Academy. So the Academy is the LJM. This arrangement will specify the functions of the Academy, the financial arrangements between the government and the Academy, the number of students who will be admitted at no cost to the student. I'm going to repeat that. The number of students who will be admitted at no cost to the student. This is the next level, Madam Speaker. The number of students, the number of faculty to be funded, and the academic and certification programs.
Now, in supporting the bill, Minister of Energy and Transport, the Honorable JoBeth Colby-Davis, noted that she and her team are addressing a number of issues as it relates to access to the LJM Institute.
That my ministry is aware that there are still some challenges, some which just arise and some that had been around for some time. But one of which I want to say that we are looking at ways to address is the issue of our bridge that provides access, we're talking about access now, to the training facility. And that has been an issue and a concern for many years, but it just arose again recently because we had an incident in that area. And so my ministry is fully engaged with the Ministry of Works and with the LJM leadership so that we could provide some support and bring that issue to being a non-issue.
Well, the Ministry of Tourism, Investments and Aviation and the Tourism Development Corporation have partnered to host the inaugural Elevate Business Conference at the Margaritaville Beach Resort this evening. Desmond Saunders is live with more. Good evening, Desmond.
Well, a pleasant good evening, Makushla, and a pleasant good evening, Bahamas. I'm coming to you live from the Margaritaville Resort, the Bahamas Tourism Development Corporation, hosting an empowerment seminar for local entrepreneurs in just a few minutes. The room will be filling up with local entrepreneurs, and in just a few minutes, the Deputy Prime Minister will give the keynote. There will be panel discussions. You will hear from local entrepreneurs, technical experts here this evening. I'm joined by Ian Ferguson, who's the Executive Director of the Tourism Development Corporation. A pleasant good evening, sir. Why is this so significant to the corporation, and why is small business and medium-sized business development important to tourism?
Well, thank you for that. As per our legislative mandate, the Tourism Development Corporation, we are tasked with providing ongoing support, technical support to MSMEs, specifically in the tourism space. And so tonight is a really special event because we get to gather tonight across the islands of the Bahamas, many business persons who are across the spectrum of tourism, accommodations, attraction, transportation, and various other sectors, retail. And of course, as you said, tonight is about empowerment. Tonight is about really ensuring that there are some opportunities for networking. It is how do we gain access, great access to capital? How do we hone and develop and grow our ability to really provide services to those visitors who are coming with great expectations? So we're really expecting a great time tonight.
You talk about access to capital. A big announcement will be made here tonight by the Bahamas Development Bank. Actually, the Bahamas Development Bank will be partnering with the Tourism Development Corporation to provide access to capital to local entrepreneurs. So that's a big win.
It sure is. It sure is. In fact, this year, we will see perhaps what is and the Deputy Prime Minister certainly in his contribution tonight will share the greatest amount of capital access to and available to MSMEs in our country. And so we're really excited that this is really a great season for young entrepreneurs, for entrepreneurs in our country, in tourism and hospitality, to grow, to thrive, and to really do great things.
Ian Ferguson, who is the president of the Tourism Development Corporation, that's what's happening here, an empowerment seminar for local entrepreneurs here at the Margaritaville Resort. Back to you, Makushla, in the studio.
Thanks, Desmond. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. There's more news in a moment.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Folk Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
Of our daily lives. It's easy to be caught up in the rush. But when you're behind the wheel, remember, rushing can lead to disaster. Don't rush. Take your time. Remember, your life and others depends on it. Slow down. Stay alert and arrive alive. Because in the race of life, it's not about how fast you get there, but how safely.
This message is brought to you by Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
It's so radical. New, the Kentucky Pizza Sandwich. Crispy chicken topped with marinara sauce, mozzarella, and pepperoni. It's so new. It's so radical. Order your Cheetah Sandwich now at kfcnassau.com. It's finger-licking good.
Throughout history, from bartering in ancient markets to the invention of paper currency, convenience has been at the heart of the way we pay. As time marched on, so have we, from barter to cash and cash to digital. Whether you pay with an online bank transfer, digital wallet, or contactless card, with digital payments, options abound. The world never stops evolving, and neither should you. Choose freedom, choose flexibility, choose convenience. The future of pay is digital. Visit us online at livedigitalbahamas.com and on social media.
Is the Little Caesars Stuffed Crust Pizza. Get more pizza for less money. Only $12. It's a whole new level of pizza with cheese stuffed crust so spectacular that there's nothing left.
Pizza.
A delicious pepperoni pizza with the crust stuffed with lots of cheese and brushed with butter and garlic flavor and sprinkled with Parmesan cheese. Hot and ready Thursday to Saturday between 4 and 8 for only $12. Simply irresistible. And only at Little Caesars.
Pizza.
Here's a throwback to Automania 2023. Are you ready for what's to come? Eight auto dealers, up to 100% financing. We're going all the way. No brakes, just gas. B.O.B. Automania 2024. Let's ride.
your daddy's birthday. He's in Eleuthera and we're all the way in Nassau. You got it? Okay. Yes, you're right.
Eleuthera for tomorrow? No problem.
The news is brought to you by Bahamas Striping Group of Companies.
A tip can go a long way in helping investigators solve a crime, and it's something Crime Stoppers and police are encouraging more of to interrupt criminal activity. An area of concern, though, CCTV. Jiminita Swain tells us more.
Could you kindly tell the Bahamian people whether the police force, the government of the Bahamas, have effective working TV system in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, whereas if a crime was being committed, y'all be able to pull up that CCTV right now and tell us who was in that area.
Outspoken attorney Maria Daxon among those getting the ball rolling at Wednesday's Crime Stoppers Bahamas Town Hall meeting at St. Joseph's Parish Hall, discussing the community's role in curbing crime. In response to her query, Assistant Commissioner of Police Shivago Dame said yes, referencing the role technology played in assisting in the recent shooting incident outside the South Street Magistrates Court.
We had a matter just a few hours ago where we were able to successfully direct officers as to where the incident is happening and who were the possible perpetrators.
But Daxon pressed on, suggesting that many of the CCTV cameras on the island are inoperable.
I am the officer responsible, Assistant Commissioner responsible for technology.
Really?
Who have direct access to those cameras. And I can say to you without a shadow of a doubt, yes, like any other places, there are cameras that will be down. For many, that's why they will be down. But I can tell you, successfully, we have many cameras, over 700 plus cameras, effectively working and assisting in the fight against crime.
The Assistant Commissioner of Police appealed to the public to partner with police in solving crimes.
Go on to our website, register your cameras with the Royal Bahamas Police Force. And even if you want us to monitor some cameras, and as many places are doing so, we are able also to do that. And so please, I don't want this to be about just what the police is doing, but we want it also to be a partnership. What is the community doing to help us in this fight against crime?
Officials reiterate that safer communities can be realized when residents choose to not tolerate crime and instead report it to the relevant authorities. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Jiminita Swain.
Well, investigations into the disappearance of an American visitor has the attention of the office of the country's highest office holder. Chicago native Taylor Casey, whose mysterious disappearance while here in the Bahamas for a yoga retreat is gaining international headlines, is also being monitored closely by officials at the office of the Prime Minister. Keishla Adderley, the acting press secretary, said during the weekly briefing that matters of this nature are very concerning.
Well, it is a broad investigation. We have been here before, unfortunately, so we know what some of the vulnerabilities are. Obviously, we're very concerned and saddened for the family of the victim who remains a subject of this investigation. So we have to, there's a delicate balance between investigating the matter, dealing with it, and obviously not wanting to hurt the brand. So making sure that everything is done, all our I's are dotted and T's are crossed as far as the investigation, to ensure that there's full coverage and the family feels satisfied that all is being done that we can from our end to investigate and hopefully bring their relative back safely.
National Security Minister, the Honorable Wayne Munro, also weighing in on police efforts to locate Casey.
I know that they have made an extensive survey of the entire area using the drone technology that we have. I know they've used technology with regard to cell phone of the individual. I know that they've interviewed people, which is standard. I know that they've met with representative of the U.S. government. I know they're receiving assistance from the FBI who I trust people believe will tell them all that they think they should be doing. And the search continues.
Now, when asked about the negative international impact the story could have on the Bahamas and the fact that some are increasingly questioning the RBPF's response to this particular missing persons report, Monroe says there's no need to doubt that they're doing all they can.
Unless people believe that the Royal Bahamas Police Force, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, suddenly is going to decide not to do all that is necessary, then it should be self-evident that having done and deployed resources, having gotten advice, following that advice, that all proper steps are being made to seek to determine the whereabouts of this individual.
Meantime, reaction to that shooting in the vicinity of the South Street Magistrates Court that left a man injured Wednesday afternoon. Speaking on the sidelines of last night's Crime Stoppers town hall meeting, the National Security Minister reasoned that any time you have a young man discharging shots is concerning.
It's an attempt to kill someone. We always have to be concerned when people are attempting to kill one another without any sort of legitimate justification. The issue would have to be investigated for the police to come up with a motive. I have my own views because the young man is known to me personally. And so if it is a matter of some retaliation, something like that, it's just more of the same of what we have been seeing.
And for those who may now have concerns about security around the court, the minister said this.
The major issue is this phenomenon where people are trying to kill one another. That is what has to be arrested. That is what has to be stopped. Because at the end of the day, you can project the security all the way out to Nassau Street, all the way out to West Street. But at some point, the person who has gone to court will leave that perimeter. And so the challenge for the Bahamian public, mothers, fathers, uncles, aunts, is to let's seek to stop letting these young men get into this life, where the life seems to involve a tit for tat quite often.
If you were the driver of a red vehicle who struck a police officer while executing his duties early Wednesday, you're urged to turn yourself in. Preliminary reports are that officers were responding to a disturbance at a party on St. Vincent Road around 1 a.m. where the attendees were a large number of teenagers. Once on the scene, they found out that some of them had a firearm. Now, when officers approached the group, they jumped into a red car in an attempt to evade capture. While the officers beckoned for the driver to stop, he reportedly did just the opposite and sped towards them, hitting one of the officers. This in turn led to another discharging his weapon at the suspect's vehicle. Well, the injured officer has since been treated and discharged, but get this, moments after a 17-year-old boy showed up at the hospital with gunshot wounds, stating that he was shot while at a party on St. Vincent Road. Police are actively investigating the matter. We still have more news to come, but Marcellus Hall has a look at what's coming up in sports. Marcellus?
Coming up in sports for this evening, we'll take a look at the action here at the Thomas A. Robinson Track and Field Stadium as the B3A is hosting its junior and senior track and field nationals. Details coming up in sports tonight.
If you see news in the making, call ZNS News at 502-3800 or email us at znsnews@gmail.com.
You need to show us on a different scale. It has to be extra.
What, eh?
Hey, Quay.
Hey, what you saying?
Where you is?
I read you on the bus stop with my friend.
Okay, so we want to shoot this video, and it's gonna be extra.
All right, Jim. I can just come to you. All right. I need your 25 cents no more.
A decade ago, the Bahamas Striping Group of companies was birthed out of a passion to change the way we travel. From only a $5,000 grant, the tenacity and work ethic has propelled BSGC to one of the leading road management companies in the Caribbean. We pride ourselves on going the extra mile where others won't, through the use of our state-of-the-art equipment and our certified team. Although the success is commendable, the road has been long. Yet, the mission continues in striving to be a world-class organization ran by Bahamians for Bahamians. With the help of our experienced and hardworking team, we at the Bahamas Striping Group of Companies are committed to making a difference, one road at a time.
Hardware is the helpful place. Everything you need under one roof, from electrical, paint, plumbing, outdoor, barbecue, automotive, lawn and garden, pet supply, houseware, and seasons. Hurricane season is now here, so for all your hurricane needs, we have a 25% off bargain zone.
Hey, thanks. I would have given more stuff, but I didn't bring my money. I thought this was a glove, and I thought everything was free. Finally know what it is now. Ace.
We're located on St. Albans Drive, West Bay Street. Open Monday to Saturdays from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and closed for lunch 2 p.m. to 3 p.m.
Good to grow, keeping you in the know, keeping you in the know. God, it's good enough to eat, then it's good to grow. It's good enough to eat, then it's good to grow.
In an effort to make the country more food sustainable, the Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources recently hosted a pop-up expo in Parliament Square to showcase exactly what the country has to offer in the agricultural and fisheries sector.
This expo is to demonstrate what we can do, not what we will do. And we'll be continuing to put resources behind the initiatives to feed ourselves. And I'm so elated to see so many people involved and that people have come to recognize that we need to feed ourselves. They're adding value. They have their processing, they're making jams, pepper sauce, and all the other byproduct that we can get from what is grown.
This all took place as Agriculture and Marine Resources Minister Jomo Campbell delivered his contribution to the 2024-2025 budget debate. He further explains the importance of this huge agricultural display.
With this mini agribusiness expo here, what we want to do is demonstrate to the country at large that we as Bahamians have the capacity at our own fingertips to actually tackle our food import bill of $1 billion. It's much too high, and those funds could be redirected towards other areas of national concern. And so we want to garner public interest and let Bahamians know that once again, we can do what we have known for doing, producing the best pineapples, watermelon, dilly, mango juices, tomato, and even ketchup. Why not?
We also heard from some Bahamians who took time to take advantage of the expo.
I think it was excellent, it was quite informative, and the samples that were given out were very good. I have all my starter kit here to get started on my garden. I think this is a wonderful way to go because, we need to get back to the soil. This is how we ate healthy years ago.
Yeah, boy, I was passing by and we saw some excitement and someone said, oh, the agriculture expo, it's a pop-up market. And so I reversed, I don't tell nobody, but I reversed on Bay Street. It's amazing to know what Bahamians are producing and what they're doing with all of our indigenous plants and flowers and all that kind of stuff. It's amazing.
Keeping you in the know with Good to Grow, I'm Leah Cooper.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station. Open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
More than 150 high schoolers from throughout the country will begin summer employment to various corporate agencies. Assistant Director of Youth Rashad Ritchie says he's pleased to see a large number of participants landing full-time employment even after the summer period.
Persons who may be approaching graduation either from high school or college, they are able to re-engage those companies that they would have worked with because we prepare our young people through orientation and coaching, and so they are actually well prepared to go back to those places because they would have left such a good reputation or mark with those companies.
According to Youth Officer Tenovia DeVoe, this year a number of college applicants also sought jobs.
We were able to place many of them who are studying like biochem or nursing at Doctors Hospital. And we have persons who are studying psychology. We had this year a lot of psychology majors. We were able to place them at Reach. So we're so excited about the applications we received this year.
A red letter day in the life of trade unions in the country. The Bahamas Public Sector and Health Professionals Union, or the BPSHPU, holding its official press launch less than 2 weeks after being registered by the Registrar of Trade Unions. The union, formed by former members of the Bahamas Public Services Union who had grown dissatisfied with the way they were being represented. The BPSUHPU President LaTanya Simonet says already they have 2,000 members, and she expects that number to rise exponentially with the addition of new members from the Airport Authority, BAIC, and the Gaming Board.
If today you will not tender a resignation letter to your employer, you need a union. Not just any union. As expressed in our submission, we can resolve any matter and relate to every member who faced grievances on the job. Join us so that collectively our voices can be heard and our presence felt.
The union's umbrella body is the National Congress of Trade Unions Bahamas. The new union was welcomed in by its sister organizations. In explaining the split from the BPSU, NCTUB President Dwayne Woods says members made a decision that was in their best interest.
As the NCTUB being the umbrella union, we see the separation of this union from the BPSU simply as democracy being displayed in pure fashion. The president executive of this new union is extending an umbrella, an olive branch to the membership of its union to come where you're treated fairly. And that's the position of the Congress, and that is the reason why we are inviting them and welcoming them under the big umbrella where they won't get wet.
The Straw Market Authority is honoring some of its long-serving members. Straw vendors who have been a part of the industry for generations are being recognized for their service and contribution to the industry. On Wednesday, those vendors were paid a special visit by Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Works, Bacchus Roll, who praised their work and dedication to building and promoting their craft.
This market is a place where many lives have been impacted. Many families have been fed. Many children have gone to university from the work that has happened here in this market. And for us to take the time and to honor only 10, but I'm sure next year it'll be 20, long-standing, long-service straw vendors. It's a wonderful day for straw vendors here in the Bahamas.
Now, as Mr. Roll points out, 10 vendors are being recognized this year. We spoke to a few of them who shared what their experience in the industry has been like, as Mr. Roll, experience in the industry has been like.
I've been here all my life, basically, because I was a cupboard baby. I've never left the straw market.
I like doing it. I like to do the plaiting. I like to do the sewing. And I do the working, do the science on it too.
We came from table to boots, then straw market, and to where we are today.
And so how do you feel about being recognized?
Well, this isn't the first time, but I appreciate them recognizing me at this time.
A local civic organization launching a national T-shirt day next week to raise awareness to the critical role strong families play in the overall success of the nation. Founder of Bahamas Strong Families Forever campaign, Cheryl Joaquin Alexander, is urging everyone to get involved. The T-shirt day is set for tomorrow, June 28th, and comes ahead of National Family Week in July.
And one of the things that we will be having during that week is, as he speaks about leadership, we'll be having a family leadership conference that will share about the ways in which that we can be better leaders in our families. The National T-shirt Day on the 28th of June is being launched, and we're saying red, yellow, white, and blue. God loves you. He loves your family and nation too. And again, a reminder of the paramount connection between that love and how we can maximize that power in helping us to be able to achieve the happiness and success that we want as a people and as a nation. And one of the things that we are asking is that persons wear their red, yellow, white, or blue T-shirts along with a Bahama Strong family pin.
You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. There's more news in a moment.
Happy Independence Bahamas! Let's celebrate 50+1 together with a unique Janae's Uniform Center Independence print, dry fit polo or t-shirts, ribbons and pole bows in black, gold, and aquamarine. Janae's special family package includes buy 2 adults and 3 children Independence polos or t-shirts and get 15% off. Outfit your staff for a special Independence dress of week or day with a different design. For more than 30 pieces of Janae's Independence polos or t-shirts, get up to 25% discount. Janae's Uniform Center Chesapeake Road Independence Selections. Choose your favorite and celebrate 50+1.
Shop Super Value and Quality Supermarkets this Independence for great specials like Rainbow Corned Beef, 12-ounce, $2.15. Hunt's Ketchup, 32-ounce, $2.99. Whole Chicken Wings, $1.89 per pound. Case price, $52.99. Idaho Potatoes, 5-pound bag, $3.99. Sunny Delight Smooth or Tangy, 64-ounce, 2 for $5. Happy Independence from Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
Hi, I'm Brent Burrows, Vice President of Retail and Sales at CBS Bahamas and the CBS Pro Store. So today I'm here to tell you about our price match guarantee. If you find any of our products for a lower price from any of our competitors, we guarantee we will beat the price. Whether you shop online at cbsbahamas.com, at CBS Pro Store on Robinson Road, or at CBS in the Southwest Plaza, we guarantee we will beat the price. Speak to a store manager today or shoot us an email to take advantage of our price match guarantee.
Bahamian coaching legend Frank Pancho Raming, whom the National Primary School Championships was named for, was present and right in the mix of this year's event. When asked why the event was named after Frank Pancho Raming, Mr. Floyd Ambrister, an athletic consultant with the Ministry of Education, had this to say.
You got to go way back from when Mr. Raming was the assistant director in the Ministry of Youth and Sports, and he also was known as the national coach for the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, and he was one of those stakeholders, them and gentlemen who started this primary school nationals, and he played a pivotal role of putting the package together. And so it was only fitting. It's only fitting that they named it after him because he was there from the inception.
An extremely quiet and modest individual, Mr. Frank Pancho Raming had very little to say when asked any questions about himself. However, Floyd Ambrister, who is also a former athlete coached by Raming, spoke to the impact that Pancho had on his life.
So me coming from the inner city, I needed some kind of positive guidance in my life, and so, coming here, and at that time I was a middle class average runner, and he showed me some techniques of running the 800 meters and the 1500 meters and also road races, and I could assure you that I qualified for the Carifta Games and won medals and things for the Bahamas, and Pancho Raming played a pivotal role in that.
I'm Carla Barr for Ed Talk.
There's a national workshop planned to restore blocked creeks throughout the country and improve the environmental integrity of these areas. Behind the initiative, the Ministry of the Environment and Natural Resources, with help from the Bahamas Sports Fishing Conservation Association, Perry Institute for Marine Science, the Environmental Defense Fund, and Russell Craig and Associates. Mangroves provide valuable ecosystem services to coastal communities, including protection from disastrous storm surges and sea level rise. They're also a key habitat for economically and ecologically valuable marine species. The mapping is expected to start with Andros, New Providence, and Eleuthera, with plans to eventually cover the entire archipelago. Well, stay with us. A check on sports is up next.
Want to have your voice heard? Send your letters to the editor to digitalmedia@znsbahamas.com. Share your thoughts on current events or positive stories within your community. That's digitalmedia@znsbahamas.com. We want to hear from you.
From June 1st to November 30th, the ZNS Radio and Television Network is the #1 source in the Bahamas for hurricane information before, during, and after a storm. Now is the time to choose your radio and television hurricane season ad packages. Get extra special rates and run the ads only when you want them to run. Call the ZNS sales office today at 502-3800.
Losing your furniture to costly termite damage? You need Rentokil Initials Drop-and-Go Furniture Fumigation, the only service like it in the Bahamas. Simply drop your furniture at a fumigation container located at 5th Terrace, Centerville, and collect your termite-free piece within days. Sealed with our termite-free guarantee. Fast, convenient, affordable. When it comes to complete termite eradication, there's only one name, Rentokil Initial.
Are you a business with 3 or more vehicles looking for the perfect fueling solution? Well, look no further.
I can go to any Rubis service station and get fast and easy service without any form of payment.
I can top up my fuel account and generate reports anytime online.
We at Wildflowers enjoy significant savings from fraud reduction. The Rubis system provides optimum security and peace of mind.
Email bahamassales@rubis-bahamas.com to sign up now.
Man, I thought retirement would have slowed you down.
It's the island life, son. Living in paradise.
Must be nice. Can't wait until it's my turn, if that day ever comes.
My financial planner has provided me with solutions for my future. Pension, retirement, and even property management.
So who helped you with all this?
Let's go, son. 2 more miles.
What's Leno?
Here at Immigration Care Service, you can trust us, especially if you have experienced issues or problems with the U.S. immigration at the borders. We'll do our best to provide options and solutions to immigration roadblocks, so travelers can continue visiting the U.S. and residents can continue living their lives in the U.S. without worries. The best part? Our services are affordable and accessible. Take the mystery, confusion, and fear out of your immigration concerns. Contact Immigration Care Service today.
The most important thing in life is family, and whenever you need reliable advice, you look to the people you know you can trust. At J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, we earn our clients' trust every day. Whether it's home, motor, travel, or commercial insurance, we've got you covered. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance, peace of mind.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Well, welcome to your ZNS Total Sports Check, everybody. I'm Marcellus Hall. We're here at the Thomas A. Robinson Track and Field Stadium as the B3A is continuing with its junior and senior track and field nationals. Into day 2 here, we've had some pretty exciting action. 200 meters being held early. We saw Shawnee Miller-Weibo take into the track. She unfortunately did not finish that heat. No word as yet as to whether that's any injury concern. Hopefully not, as she prepares to head down to Paris and compete in that event there. Meanwhile, we saw Wanya McCoy also competing in the 200 meters. And coming up shortly on the track, we'll have the under-17s. They'll run the 100-meter hurdles and the 110 hurdles. Devin Charlton looked good in her heat early on today as she was able to cruise to a win just about 12-7 in the women's 100-meter hurdles. So looking pretty good so far as the team shapes up. They're getting towards the final day of competition. That'll be tomorrow right here at the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium. Meanwhile, speaking of final, our men's national basketball team played their final exhibition game today in Greece, going up against none other than the home team, Greece, with Giannis Antetokounmpo on the roster. He played well, and the Bahamas unfortunately did not get a win. Let's take a look and see how those highlights went down. Men's national basketball team back in action today against Greece. Friendly exhibition game. Team Bahamas and going up against Giannis Antetokounmpo and his crowd. Coaching staff once again allowing the younger players to play the bulk of the minutes. DeAndre Ayton sitting out. Buddy Hield playing just 9 minutes. AJ Storr, he would lead the scoring with 14 points. VJ Edgecombe 13 and Sammy Hunter 12. Greece gets the win over Team Bahamas 102-75. Now, bear in mind, these are merely scrimmage matches. The actual qualification game set for next week in Valencia, Spain. Coach Chris DeMarco with his thoughts on the contest.
We played a really good team. It was nice to have Giannis out there, so we could get a game against their full team. Unfortunate, Eric and DeAndre couldn't go, but it was a great experience for our young players. I thought VJ played really well for us. I thought Sammy made some good plays. And it's all a learning experience for us. It's exactly what we needed before we go to Spain.
Memorial service for local sports hero Renee Sunshine Curry Davis held yesterday evening at the Andre Rogers Baseball Diamond. Dozens of her former teammates, co-workers, friends, and family in attendance to pay their respects and to remember the larger-than-life personality that made her so popular and endeared her to the sports community, where she served as a player in softball, a track and field official, and longtime employee of the Ministry of Sports, all remembering the fan favorite with great fondness and love. And professional wrestling fans getting excited for the upcoming Bahamas Bash professional wrestling cards featuring Bahamian pro wrestler Kalia Capri. Charles Fisher speaking with young Capri as she readies to make her debut on home soil.
When she is introduced in front of the Bahamian fans, Kalia Capri says it will be one of the greatest moments so far in her professional wrestling career. It feels so good. Like, I do a lot of things in the ring that I feel like only Bahamians would resonate with. So being here and actually I'm excited to have a crowd who's gonna know exactly the direction, the way I think, and why really cutting this gal butt. You understand? Y'all really gonna feel me. Being the first lady of the Bahamas, like y'all, I have a huge weight on my shoulder, even though, I carry it well. I have a huge weight on my shoulder and I'm very excited to carry it. And I'm very excited to just start a whole new brand of women's wrestling in the Bahamas. As if only the Bahamian fans are excited to see her tough it out for the first time on home soil, so is her family members. And my family members, they're so excited, they're so proud, of course. They are so happy that, I did something that they weren't really too keen on. Like when I did get the message about doing the tryout, my grandma was like, Lexi, no, it's not real. That's not real. You cannot do that. You cannot do that. Like, they was really scared. They was really timid with the process. But once they seen what I was putting out, they were like, wow, like, you actually really are a great professional wrestler. And I was like, girl, that's what I've been trying to tell y'all. And what about Grammy coming to watch her? My grandmother, she is absolutely terrified. She don't want to see me jump and hurt nobody. She don't want to see nobody jump and hurt me. She already say she might come in the ring with the chair herself. And Lord, if my Grammy, y'all, if my good Grammy come in the ring to try to protect me, I'm going to just burst out laughing. And I might just let her do it. I might just be like, Grammy, go ahead. At this point, you're ready here. So
I got to see that.
No, don't say that.
I'll pay to see that.
can't say I'm looking forward to that. In other mind, I just might be. For ZNS Total
All right,
Sports,
so there you have
I'm
it.
Charles
That's your
Fisher.
check on sports action continuing right here at the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium. 800 meters, final set of events here. And then, of course, the 100 hurdles will be right after that. Don't go anywhere. We do have that final look at the weather. That's coming up right after this.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Hi, this is Sweet Emily.
It's your boy, Sawyer boy.
This is me now, Funky D. I'm Veronica Bishop.
It's your boy, Vontae, representative for the Provision Band Boys.
Hey, everybody, it's your girl, Jama.
Hey, this is Wilfred Solomon. Hey, this is Gino D. It's your boy, Mikey.
Hey, y'all, this is your girl, Nishi LS.
Yo, what's up? You're truly the mighty pencil, yeah.
This is me, KB. It's your boy, D-Mac.
This is Jeremy Young, representing the Soxons High Voltage Brass. This is your boy, Shah Gawley from Shah Gawley and the VIPs. And listen, come go with me. Come go with me to the best of the best concert in Turks and Caicos.
The best of the best.
Featuring the Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos Islands' best artists.
At the Grace Bay Market Plaza. From June 27th to June 29th.
It's all about Grace Bay Plaza. Grab your tickets now.
Get your tickets now, because I ain't gonna lie.
I ain't gonna lie.
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. Because I ain't gonna lie.
I ain't gonna lie.
I soon reach. I soon reach. I soon reach. I soon reach.
I soon reach.
I soon reach.
I can reach soon.
This year, we were proud to introduce our theme, Under the Sea, and bring awareness to the importance of sustainable fishing and conservation of our amazing marine resources like lobster, the Nassau grouper, and conch. Moving forward every Boxing Day, the group will focus on a new cause as aligned with our key brand pillars and engaging an iconic Bahamian musician to create and perform a song to promote that cause.
Protecting the environment, right? 35 years as the mayor of the Bahamas.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather, we have mostly cloudy skies, temperature at 86 degrees, the relative humidity at 75%, southerly winds at 3 miles per hour, the barometric pressure 1,014.6 millibars, that is 29.96